Chosen one, this moment is not ordinary, it is sacred. The fact that you are hearing this right now is not random, it is divine appointment. You were drawn here, not by curiosity or coincidence, but by the whisper of heaven in the exact timing you were meant to receive it. The Most High has aligned this moment with precision, and you are standing at the threshold of a supernatural shift, one that could unfold today, tonight, or in the coming hours. Anointed One, you have felt it stirring beneath the surface, an urgency you cannot explain, a sense that something is changing, a pull you cannot ignore. That isn't imagination, that's confirmation. The appointed hour has arrived. As it is written in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, there is a vision for an appointed time, and though it tarries, it will surely come. And chosen one, that time is now. You are not just watching a video, you are stepping into a Kairos moment, an intersection of destiny and divine timing. Heaven is revealing identity, awakening purpose, and calling forth the royal lineage within you. So still your spirit, open your heart. You are on the edge of transformation, one heaven wrote long before the world ever recognized you. Chosen one, before we go any further, I need you to understand something with absolute clarity. Heaven has not brought you to this moment casually. This isn't a wandering thought or a random click. This is alignment. This is appointment. This is divine orchestration at work. And if you feel that familiar stirring in your spirit, that quiet pull, that inner whisper, it's because heaven is unveiling something you were born to carry, royal identity. You have felt it your whole life, even when you couldn't name it. A sense of being different, set apart, misunderstood. You walked into rooms and felt the atmosphere shift, not because you demanded attention, but because your spirit carried weight long before your mind recognized it. That weight is purpose, chosen one. And purpose is never random. I remember seasons in my own life when I felt unseen, not invisible, but concealed. There's a difference. Invisible feels forgotten, concealed feels protected. I could sense something was being built within me, even though no one else seemed to notice. There were nights I asked God why things were taking so long, why doors stayed closed even though I was ready. But now, looking back, I understand. Timing wasn't denial, it was preservation. I wasn't waiting for my moment. My moment was waiting for me. Anointed one, that's exactly what's happening in your life right now. The delay you felt was not stagnation, it was strategy. Heaven was arranging the right relationships, the right opportunities, the right arenas for your gifts. Not any arena, but the ones that can sustain the weight of who you are becoming. Divine identity cannot be rushed into immature environments. It must be revealed in due season, as it is written in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1, "To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven." And now, your time is approaching. The weight you've been carrying is not punishment, it is preparation. The walls you ran into were not barriers, they were boundaries, protecting you from the wrong voices and the wrong influences. You thought rejection was hurting you, but rejection was saving you. What looked like loss was heaven leading you closer to inheritance. You may have wondered why certain people drifted away, why friendships dissolved, why familiar circles suddenly felt foreign. Chosen one, that wasn't abandonment. That was extraction. Heaven has been removing you from environments that could not honor what you carry. Royalty cannot remain in spaces that treat sacred identity as casual. And yes, it's lonely. Yes, it's confusing. Yes, it can hurt. I recall walking away from people I loved deeply because my spirit could no longer tolerate what my heart wanted to cling to. At the time, I blamed myself, thinking something was wrong with me. But later, I learned something powerful. Sometimes your soul knows the future before your mind does. Sometimes, discomfort is prophecy. Sometimes restlessness is revelation. You've felt that, haven't you? That shift, that inner knowing, that sense that something is coming. Not a breakdown, a breakthrough. Not collapse, coronation. Not scarcity, inheritance. The reason you feel this tension is because you are crossing over. You are transitioning from who you were into who you were always meant to become. Heaven is revealing that your lineage is not earthly, it is royal. Your identity is not defined by circumstance, it is defined by destiny. Understand this. Royal identity is not about arrogance or entitlement. It is about responsibility. It is about stewardship. It is about knowing who you are and whose you are. And when you carry that revelation, you stop chasing validation. You stop shrinking for comfort. You stop apologizing for growth. Because royalty does not beg, royalty knows inheritance is assigned, not earned. And inheritance is exactly what heaven is preparing to release into your life. Yes, supernatural transfer. Yes, divine provision. Yes, favor that doesn't make sense. But hear me, the greatest transfer is not money, it is identity. When you finally see yourself the way heaven sees you, everything changes. Your decisions change. Your standards change. Your relationships change. Your vision changes. And this is why the warfare has been intense, not because you are weak, but because you are close. The enemy does not attack the insignificant. Pressure is proof of purpose. Resistance is evidence of calling. The battles you fought were not random, they were targeted. The tears you cried were not unnoticed, they were collected. The sacrifices you made were not wasted, they were sown. And now, chosen one, the harvest is forming. You are standing on the edge of a season where heaven is not just preparing you, heaven is positioning you. Every closed door was calculated, every delay was strategic, every shift was holy. You have been trained in private so you can be trusted in public. You have been refined in secret so you can be revealed in strength. This is not motivation. This is revelation. This is your moment of awakening, your moment of recognition, your moment of remembrance. Chosen one, you are royalty, and heaven is calling you home to your true identity. Chosen one, now that you understand the weight of your royal identity, we must address the transition you are stepping into. Because identity is the root, but transformation is the fruit. And when heaven reveals identity, it also begins rearranging everything connected to you, your relationships, your environment, your mindset, your habits, and even your expectations. You may have noticed this already. Things that once satisfied you no longer do. Conversations that once excited you now feel shallow. People you once leaned on now feel distant. Activities you once enjoyed now feel empty. This isn't boredom, this is evolution. This is the soul outgrowing what the spirit has already graduated from. And I know this phase well. I remember when the places I used to feel comfortable suddenly became suffocating. I kept trying to force myself into spaces I had outgrown because they were familiar. But familiarity is not always alignment. There were days when nothing around me changed, yet everything within me shifted. I couldn't explain it to anyone. It wasn't depression, it was discernment. It was heaven calling me higher, whispering that I could no longer fit into the version of myself I had been. Anointed one, when royalty awakens, comfort becomes dangerous, because staying in comfort zones delays destiny. Heaven disrupts what is familiar, not to frustrate you, but to free you. When you feel the pull away from old patterns, it's because a new season is ready to receive you. When doors close abruptly, it's because the next step is opening, even if you cannot see it yet. You may be tempted to look back, to revisit what once felt safe. But the truth is, the version of you that once fit those environments no longer exists. Your spirit is maturing. Your discernment is sharpening. Your purpose is calling, and heaven cannot allow you to shrink into who you were when you are being summoned into who you are becoming. This transition is sacred, and yes, it can be uncomfortable, but discomfort is a sign that destiny is drawing near. Let me give you a personal example. There was a time when everything I asked for seemed delayed. I felt like I was doing everything right, yet the results were silent. I questioned God's timing. I fought impatience. I wrestled with doubt. But now I can look back and see something profound. Heaven was not withholding. Heaven was aligning. The people I prayed to enter my life were not ready yet. The opportunities I believed were mine were not prepared yet. And if I had received them prematurely, they would have crushed me instead of crowned me. Sometimes delay isn't denial, it's protection. Sometimes unanswered prayers are heaven's way of saying, not like this, not yet, I have better. And chosen one, heaven has better for you. Better connections, better environments, better opportunities, better relationships, better alignment. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. I know you've questioned why you feel distant from the people you once cherished. You've wondered why conversation feels shallow, why relationships feel strained, why familiar places now feel foreign. But this is the sign that heaven is elevating you. Because when royalty is summoned, separation follows. Not separation in bitterness, but separation in purpose. Look at your life closely. The friendships that faded, the doors that closed, the paths that shifted, the desires that changed. These are not losses. These are indicators. Indicators that you are no longer tied to the ordinary. Indicators that you are rising. Heaven is pruning you not to punish you, but to protect you. There are weights you cannot carry into your next season. There are people who cannot travel to your next dimension. There are habits that cannot exist in your new identity. Royalty requires refinement, and refinement requires release. This is why relationships are shifting, because heaven is aligning you with people who recognize your identity, not those who only recognized your history. Some people knew you before you awakened. They knew you before the calling became clear. They knew you before the anointing revealed itself. But they were never meant to know you after. Your next circle will not be chosen by comfort. It will be chosen by calling. And yes, there will be those who don't understand the shift. Those who misinterpret your silence. Those who accuse you of changing. But you are changing. And you're supposed to. That's what elevation does. Anointed one, listen closely. Elevation always demands separation. Purpose always demands pruning. Calling always demands clarity. This is why the path feels narrow. This is why the journey feels isolating. This is why your heart feels stretched. Because you are being prepared to receive what you were promised. And sometimes heaven must strip you of what you want to give you what you need. This transition is not random. It is holy. It is intentional. It is strategic. And the discomfort you feel is simply the sound of destiny unlocking. Chosen one, you are not losing your life. You are leaving what is less, so you can receive what is greater. Chosen one, as heaven separates you from what no longer serves you, something extraordinary begins to happen. You start to notice the shift not only around you, but within you. The way you think changes. The way you respond changes. The way you interpret obstacles and setbacks changes. And this internal shift is the greatest evidence that divine alignment is underway. Because before heaven changes your circumstances, heaven changes your capacity. Before you step into new realms, your mindset must mature to sustain them. Before you walk in abundance, you must be delivered from survival. And before you receive what is promised, you must become who can steward it. This is why, Anointed One, the internal battle feels intense, because the old version of you is trying to hold on, while the new version of you is trying to emerge. It feels like tension. It feels like contradiction. You want peace, yet you feel restless. You want clarity, yet confusion tries to whisper. You want movement, yet waiting presses against you. But this tension isn't a sign you're broken. It is the sign you're becoming. Breakthrough always announces itself through inner conflict before outer victory. You're shedding survival thinking. You're breaking cycles of insecurity. You're undoing generational narratives. You're dismantling fear-based responses. Heaven is renewing your mind. And I know the power of this firsthand. I used to live in cycles of anxiety, always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Even when things were good, I anticipated loss. I rehearsed worst-case scenarios in my mind. It wasn't because I lacked faith. It was because I had been shaped by years of instability. I thought I was being realistic, but I was actually being conditioned by fear. It wasn't until I allowed heaven to confront those internal narratives that I realized my mentality was incompatible with where I was being called. I couldn't walk into abundance while expecting scarcity. I couldn't receive love while anticipating betrayal. I couldn't embrace opportunity while waiting for disaster. Transformation required detox. Detox from doubt. Detox from fear. Detox from comparison. Detox from scarcity. Chosen One, heaven isn't just changing your environment. Heaven is detoxing your mindset. Because what's coming requires expansion, not limitation. Faith, not fear. Wisdom, not reaction. Strategy, not impulse. Conviction, not confusion. You are being rewired for greatness. This is not exaggeration. This is divine preparation. This internal renovation explains why your tolerance is shifting. You can no longer entertain meaningless conversations. You can no longer waste energy on chaos. You can no longer pretend to be comfortable in places that don't honor your growth. Your spirit is maturing faster than your surroundings. And this internal maturity is the birthplace of supernatural transfer. Listen carefully. Heaven does not release wealth, influence, or authority into the hands of someone still governed by insecurity. You are being trained to handle increase without losing identity. You are being strengthened to carry favor without collapsing. You are being prepared to hold power without pride. This is elevation without ego. This is abundance without arrogance. This is authority without compromise. Anointed One, you are not rising for aesthetics. You are rising for assignment. And with assignment comes responsibility. Your voice is being sharpened. Your discernment is being heightened. Your boundaries are being strengthened. Your sensitivity to the spirit is deepening. This is why old triggers no longer control you. This is why old temptations no longer attract you. This is why old identities no longer define you. What once wounded you is now teaching you. What once intimidated you is now beneath you. What once distracted you is now irrelevant. You are beginning to see with spiritual eyes. And as you evolve, heaven will begin to place you in spaces that once felt too big for you, not to intimidate you, but to reveal that you belong there. Your future is not something you visit. It is something you inherit. And inheritance demands maturity. So, when heaven stretches you, it is not punishment, it is preparation. When heaven isolates you, it is not abandonment, it is alignment. When heaven challenges you, it is not cruelty, it is calling. Consider this. When a tree is pruned, it looks like loss, but pruning produces fruit. It removes what is dead so that what is living can thrive. It removes what drains so that what feeds can flourish. The pruning you feel is not because heaven is taking from you, but because heaven is making room for overflow. Better connections, better opportunities, better environments, better finances, better love, better faith. You are being shaped, not shattered, refined, not reduced, promoted, not punished. Chosen one, the shift within you is not coincidence. It is confirmation. You are entering a season where your internal transformation will start producing external evidence. Your peace will become noticeable. Your confidence will become undeniable. Your discernment will become unshakable. Your presence will carry weight. This is the mark of divine maturity. You no longer react, you respond. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer beg, you command. You no longer fear, you discern. This is the evolution of the chosen. And as you continue to embrace this transformation, something even more profound begins to unfold. Chosen one. As your inner world transforms, heaven begins aligning the outer world to match it. What you once prayed for quietly is now approaching loudly. What you once hoped for in private is beginning to manifest in public. You are stepping into a season where divine timing and supernatural orchestration will become undeniable. You will see it in small signs, first little confirmations that remind you heaven is not distant, but active. People you thought forgot, you suddenly reach out. Opportunities you once chased now seek you. Rooms you never imagined entering now open without effort. These are not coincidences. These are alignments. Heaven is arranging conversations you didn't schedule. Heaven is shifting hearts you couldn't influence. Heaven is opening doors you never knocked on. What was withheld is being released, and what was delayed is being accelerated. I've lived this shift myself. There was a season when every door felt sealed, every plan fell apart, and every step forward felt like 2 steps back. I questioned whether I misheard God. I wondered if perhaps the vision was just my imagination. But in time, I learned a profound truth. Heaven's silence is never absence. It is incubation. Just like a seed buried beneath soil, there is a season where growth is hidden but active. And anointed one, you are in that moment where hidden growth is about to become visible harvest. The divine does not rush, but when heaven moves, it accelerates. Slow, slow, slow. Suddenly. This is the rhythm of breakthrough, and you are approaching the suddenly. Suddenly, the relationship that broke you becomes the testimony that builds you. Suddenly, the job you lost makes room for a calling aligned with purpose. Suddenly, the closed door reveals it was protection, not rejection. Your story is shifting. Your season is changing. Your identity is rising. This is not optimism. This is prophecy. Because when heaven declares a thing, no man, no system, no delay can cancel what has been decreed. Chosen one, you are entering a season where unexpected favor finds you. Divine relationships locate you. Financial provision pursues you. Kingdom opportunities align with you. Supernatural transfer surrounds you. Not because you are lucky, but because you are positioned. It takes maturity to understand this truth. Blessing is not pursued, it is aligned with. And in this alignment, you will begin noticing that what once felt impossible begins to feel effortless. Not because life gets easier, but because your spirit gets stronger. You will stop negotiating with doubt. You will stop apologizing for growth. You will stop shrinking to comfort others. Instead, you will rise into clarity, conviction, courage, calling, and as this happens, pay attention to something important. Heaven will begin sending the right people, Some of them will feel familiar, even though you've just met. Some will speak your language without translation. Some will understand you without explanation. These are not casual connections. These are kingdom alliances, purpose partners, destiny companions, spiritual family. They will not compete with your light. They will amplify it. They will not envy your blessing. They will celebrate it. They will not drain your spirit. They will nourish it. Heaven is aligning your tribe, but alignment flows in both directions. As right people enter, wrong people exit. Some relationships will fade. Some will fracture. Some will fall away. Do not panic. Do not chase. Do not grieve. Release what heaven removes. A crown cannot be carried among those who fear royalty. A mantle cannot be accepted by those who mock it. A calling cannot be nurtured among those who minimize it. Let them go with grace. Let them go without bitterness. Let them go without explanation. Not every loss is tragic. Some losses are upgrades. And as people shift, environments shift. Places that once felt like home will feel too small. Jobs that once felt comfortable will feel restrictive. Habits that once soothed you will begin to feel draining. This is not discomfort. This is divine dislocation. Heaven uproots you from places that cannot sustain your next level. Heaven disconnects you from circles that cannot comprehend your calling. Heaven separates you from patterns that sabotage your purpose. And the more you surrender to this shift, the more supernatural favor increases. This is where transfer begins. Not merely in finances, but in identity, in authority, in vision, in inheritance. The divine transfer is holistic. It touches your relationships. It touches your mindset. It touches your finances. It touches your opportunities. It touches your generational legacy. This is why the battle intensified before breakthrough. The enemy does not fight where there is no threat. He fights where there is destiny. You were not attacked because you were weak. You were attacked because you are chosen. And now, the very pressure that tried to break you is the proof you were being shaped. Chosen one, your steps are being ordered. Your path is being cleared. Your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't entered yet. You do not need to force this season. You only need to align with it, because the next phase of this journey will require less striving, more surrender, less fear, more faith, less noise, more discernment, less rushing, more presence. You are being shifted from effort to alignment, from chasing to attracting, from wandering to positioning, and soon you will look back and realize nothing was wasted. Not the pain, not the silence, not the delay. Every step was preparation, and as heaven aligns your path, a deeper transformation begins to unfold. Chosen one, as you continue walking through this divine transition, you will notice something profound. Your spirit is no longer satisfied with surface-level living. The things that once entertained you now feel empty. The conversations that once distracted you now feel draining. The environments that once felt familiar now feel foreign. This is not a sign of loss. It is a sign of elevation. Your appetite is changing because your assignment is changing. You are shifting from survival to purpose, from questioning to knowing, from wandering to walking, from hoping to stewarding. And with this shift comes a deeper clarity. Not everyone can go where you are going. Not everything can remain where you are heading. This refinement is not rejection. It is selection. The divine is selecting what aligns and pruning what does not. When purpose calls, pruning follows. Even nature testifies of this. A tree must lose what is dead to make room for new fruit. And anointed one, You are in a sacred pruning season, not to diminish you, but to strengthen you. Your character is being fortified. Your discernment is being sharpened. Your faith is being deepened. Because what is coming next requires a version of you that cannot be shaken by opinion, nor waver under pressure. I remember my own pruning season. People I trusted walked away. Plans I built fell apart. Dreams I held tightly dissolved. At the time, it felt like everything was collapsing. But hindsight taught me something heaven already knew. You cannot carry a crown while clinging to what was meant for a past season. Some exits were mercy. Some delays were protection. Some disappointments were redirection. And though it felt painful then, I now recognize the fingerprints of God all over those closed doors. Chosen one, hear this deeply. Heaven does not take without purpose. When something or someone leaves your life, it is not always a loss. Sometimes it is a divine release. A release from old patterns, old expectations, old limitations, old versions of you, so that you can rise into the new. Because where you are going, your spirit must be free. Your mind must be renewed. Your heart must be guarded, and your identity must be secure. This next season carries weight. Spiritual weight, emotional weight, financial weight, generational weight. And heaven will not place weight on someone who is still fragile. That is why refinement preceded release. That is why isolation preceded elevation. That is why confusion preceded clarity. Just as gold must be refined in fire, just as a diamond must endure pressure, just as a seed must be buried before it blooms, your soul has endured what was necessary to become what is destined. This is why Scripture says, there is a season for everything, a time to plant, a time to harvest, a time to weep, a time to rejoice. And you, chosen one, are entering the harvest time. But understand this with maturity. Harvest is not just about receiving. Harvest is about stewarding. You are not being blessed, so you can boast. You are being blessed, so you can build. Build a legacy. Build a testimony. Build a foundation of faith. Build a future that breaks generational patterns of fear, lack, and limitation. This divine transfer, financial, spiritual, relational, is not random. It is intentional. It is strategic. It is purposeful. Heaven invests in what it can trust. And the breaking you endured proved one thing: you can be trusted, not because you are perfect, but because you are surrendered. Not because you never doubted, but because you never quit. Not because you knew the plan, but because you stayed when you didn't. The storms revealed your strength. The silence revealed your stamina. The setbacks revealed your spirit. You endured, and endurance is the currency of destiny. You are stepping into a season where doors open without effort, connections form without striving, opportunities align without manipulation. You will wake up one morning and realize the resistance is gone. The heaviness has lifted. The fog has cleared. The confusion has broken. Because what once worked against you is now working for you. This is what divine alignment feels like. You stop chasing. You start attracting. You stop forcing. You start flowing. You stop striving. You start receiving. The blessing becomes natural because the timing becomes supernatural. And chosen one, your time is shifting. What was once slow is becoming swift. What felt far is drawing near. What seemed improbable is becoming inevitable. Because the divine is not only releasing what you prayed for, the divine is releasing what you were born for. This is the inheritance of the chosen, not random favor, but rightful favor, not borrowed identity, but royal identity, not temporary opportunity, but lasting impact. You are stepping into your inheritance, and as you do, everything around you will begin to recognize what heaven already affirmed. Chosen one, the shift is not merely coming, it has begun. Chosen one, as the shift continues, you will notice something else. The way you measure success is changing. The world taught you to measure success by visibility, followers, applause, affirmation. But heaven teaches you to measure success by alignment, obedience, peace, discernment, purpose. In this new season, the quiet victories will matter more than the loud ones. The moment you choose forgiveness over revenge, the moment you choose peace over proving a point, the moment you choose surrender over control. These are the victories that shift atmospheres. These are the victories that heaven celebrates. And hear me, heaven will reward what the world overlooks. There were nights you prayed and no one saw. There were battles you fought in silence. There were moments you stood firm when retreat felt easier. Those moments were not wasted. They became the foundation of the favor you are stepping into. I remember when I went through a season where nothing seemed to change on the outside, but everything was changing on the inside. I didn't see progress, but I felt pressure. I didn't see breakthrough, but I sensed build-up. I didn't see results, but heaven saw resilience. And only later did I realize heaven rewards perseverance long before it rewards performance. Anointed one, you are being honored for endurance. You are being elevated for faithfulness, not because you never questioned, but because you never surrendered to the doubt. This is why you can expect, in the coming hours, days, and weeks, new clarity. You will suddenly understand why people left. You will understand why doors closed. You will understand why isolation was necessary. Because hindsight reveals divine protection. Some opportunities would have crushed you. Some relationships would have drained you. Some environments would have diminished you. So, heaven blocked what you begged for, to preserve what you needed. And now, as the divine transfer unfolds, you will experience three major shifts. Spiritual identity. You will stop asking, "Am I chosen?" and start declaring, "I am chosen." You will no longer look for validation externally. You will recognize authority internally. Royal identity becoming revelation, not theory, not fantasy. Revelation, mindset renewal. You will stop thinking from limitation and start thinking from legacy. You will stop surviving and start strategizing. Where you once asked, "How do I make it through this week?" you will begin asking, "How do I build for the next generation?" Chosen one, your thoughts are expanding. Your mind is maturing. Divine provision. Provision will appear in unexpected forms. Not just finances, though finances will shift. Provision in the form of people, in the form of ideas, in the form of strategy, in the form of opportunity. This is the supernatural transfer, not random wealth, but resourced purpose. Heaven funds assignment. Heaven multiplies alignment. And hear this clearly. You will not have to manipulate your way into blessing. You will not have to compete for favor. You will not have to beg for opportunity. When heaven assigns, earth aligns. You will see it. You will feel it. You will witness it. Doors will open that don't make sense. Connections will arrive without warning. Solutions will appear where problems once stood. Because the divine does not move according to human timelines. The divine moves according to destiny. You are entering a season where what was once complicated becomes simple. Where what was overwhelming becomes manageable. where what was confusing becomes clear. This clarity will show up in small ways. You will lose desire for gossip. You will detach from drama. You will hunger for peace. You will crave silence. Because spiritual maturity shifts appetite. Chosen one, you are not becoming boring. You are becoming focused. The higher your calling, the less noise you tolerate. And the world won't always understand that. Some will think you changed. Some will assume you grew cold. Some will accuse you of arrogance. But distance is not always pride. Sometimes distance is protection. Not everyone has earned access to your next level. Not everyone is meant to accompany you to destiny. Do not apologize for evolving. Do not apologize for outgrowing environments that stunted you. Do not apologize for choosing peace over popularity. You were not chosen to blend in. You were chosen to stand apart. And hear this, your discernment is sharpening because your assignment is sharpening. Where you once tolerated toxicity, you will now reject it. Where you once entertained distractions, you will now ignore them. Where you once negotiated boundaries, you will now enforce them. This is not hardness. This is holiness. You are being set apart, not separated from love, but separated from limitation. This transformation is not symbolic. It is supernatural. The divine hand is not just directing your path. It is refining your character, strengthening your resolve, increasing your capacity, deepening your roots. Because where you are going, your foundation must be strong. Chosen one, you are not preparing for a moment. You are preparing for a mantle. And this mantle will require clarity to discern, courage to pursue, humility to steward, wisdom to sustain. This is why the pressure increased, because heaven was stretching capacity to match destiny. And you, even when you didn't realize it, said yes. With every prayer, with every tear, with every step, you agreed with heaven, and heaven is now agreeing with you. Chosen one, the alignment is turning into activation. Chosen one, as activation unfolds, something even more extraordinary begins to happen. The divine starts revealing not just what you are called to, but who you truly are. This is where the shift becomes identity deep. Not a motivational shift, not an emotional shift, a spiritual identity awakening. This is when you stop trying to earn what you already carry. You stop asking permission to exist. You stop shrinking so others feel comfortable. You begin walking with the awareness that you are not an accident. You are not an afterthought. You are not a replacement. You are chosen, deliberately chosen on purpose and with purpose. This is when you feel the silent but undeniable truth arise within you. I was not made to blend in. I was crafted to stand apart. And it's not arrogance. It's remembrance. Because before the world labeled you, heaven named you. Before people misunderstood you, heaven recognized you. Before you doubted yourself, heaven affirmed you. This is why you've never truly fit in. This is why ordinary environments felt suffocating. This is why your sensitivity felt like weakness. You were never built for common ground. You were forged for holy ground. This identity awakening changes how you move, how you speak, how you think, how you choose. You begin to guard your peace, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. You begin to value your time, not because you're busy, but because you're aligned. You begin to see yourself as heaven sees you, not through the eyes of your past, but through the lens of purpose. Anointed one, identity is the true inheritance, not wealth, not approval, not reputation. Identity is the crown, and you are learning how to wear it. There is a supernatural confidence rising in you, not loud, not boastful, not performative, quiet confidence. The kind that doesn't demand attention. The kind that doesn't fear rejection. The kind that doesn't seek validation. A confidence rooted in, I know who walks with me. I know who goes before me. I know who covers me. And with this awareness, your reactions begin to shift. Where you once panicked, you now pause. Where you once fought for control, you now surrender. Where you once chased answers, you now trust timing. This is the mark of one who has walked through fire and discovered they were not consumed. You begin to understand. Silence is strategy. Stillness is strength. Alignment is acceleration. And you now carry something people can sense, even if they can't explain. Presence. Your presence will change rooms. Your presence will shift atmospheres. Your presence will unsettle what is unaligned and strengthen what is divine. Some will be drawn to it. Some will be intimidated by it. This is the nature of anointing. Oil attracts and disrupts. Oil heals and exposes. Oil softens and strengthens. Not everyone will understand it. Not everyone will respect it. But those who are meant for your journey will recognize it instantly, because destiny recognizes destiny. And as your identity awakens, so does discernment. You begin separating who is with you from who is near you, who supports you from who studies you, who loves you from who uses you. Discernment is not suspicion. Discernment is clarity, and clarity is a gift that will protect you in this next level, because the mantle you are stepping into comes with visibility, and visibility attracts both favor and imitation. But imitation can never replace authenticity. You are not rising because of image. You are rising because of identity. And identity is the one thing no one can steal, fake, or fabricate. It is sealed in your spirit, recognized in heaven, confirmed through process. And now, as identity roots itself, purpose begins to bloom. Suddenly, old dreams feel too small. Old goals feel too shallow. Old fears feel too powerless. Because the limitations that once defined you no longer apply to you. This is where the supernatural transfer intensifies. Not just finances, but vision, favor, access, authority. Doors open that were never accessible before. Ideas arrive that feel beyond your education. Connections form that outpace your experience. And for a moment, you might wonder, why me? But the better question is, why not me? You endured the pruning. You survived the pressure. You passed the test. You were faithful with little. Now you are being trusted with more. This is the fulfillment of divine principle. What is cultivated in private is crowned in public. And the crown is not just opportunity. The crown is identity. Identity governs your reactions. Identity sustains your authority. Identity protects your purpose. So, do not shrink. Do not second guess. Do not disqualify yourself from what heaven has already qualified you for. You are not stepping into a borrowed life. You are stepping into a written destiny. And chosen one, this awakening is only the beginning. The divine will now start revealing your inheritance. Chosen one, as your inheritance begins to unfold, understand this: it is not merely about material gain. It is about unlocking what has always been written over your life purpose, authority, and legacy. What heaven is releasing into your hands is not fragile. It is not fleeting. It is not temporary. It is rooted. It is generational. It is aligned. The supernatural transfer coming toward you is designed to outlive you. It will touch your name, It will touch your bloodline. It will touch the future of those connected to you. This is why the warfare was fierce. This is why the pruning was painful. This is why the waiting was long, because shallow foundations cannot sustain deep blessings. You are not receiving a spark. You are receiving a torch meant to illuminate purpose, guide others into freedom, and break chains that confine generations before you. This is the turning point. Your story no longer revolves around survival. It now revolves around impact. Your calling is no longer about escaping cycles. It is about rewriting them. You are being entrusted with wisdom you did not learn in classrooms, strength you did not earn in comfort, understanding you did not gain through ease. The fire taught you. The silence taught you. The waiting taught you. Now you teach others. Not with arrogance, but with compassion. Not with ego, but with empathy. Not from a pedestal, but from experience. Anointed One, your testimony is a tool. Your pain is a passport. Your journey is a key. Many will be set free because you dared to heal. Many will rise because you dared to endure. Many will find clarity because you dared to seek truth. This is legacy. This is inheritance. This is impact. But hear this clearly. Impact requires integrity. Authority requires character. Visibility requires humility. And heaven would not release you into influence if your heart was not ready. Your preparation was not punishment. It was proof. Proof that you could be trusted. With attention, with authority, with abundance. Because the divine is not interested in elevating a version of you that is driven by ego or insecurity. No, heaven elevates those who have been emptied before being entrusted. And you, through loss, silence, and surrender, have been emptied of what cannot sustain you and filled with what will. This is why your spirit feels different. This is why your decisions feel wiser. This is why your reactions feel calmer. You are no longer led by emotion, but by discernment. No longer by fear, but by faith. No longer by scarcity, but by understanding. The divine transfer is not just wealth, it is awareness. You now see through cycles. You recognize manipulation. You detect deception. Not to judge, but to guard. Not to boast, but to build. Not to separate, but to steward. Because where you are going, the view is higher, the stakes are greater, the calling is weightier. Each blessing has strategy attached to it. Each opportunity has responsibility tied to it. You will find yourself speaking differently, thinking differently, giving differently, loving differently, leading differently. Because royalty does not act from impulse. Royalty acts from intention. This is the maturity you were shaped for. And soon you will notice a shift. Your priorities change. Your values deepen. Your boundaries strengthen. Your vision expands. You no longer ask, how can I survive this season? You begin asking, how can I steward this season? You stop focusing on what you lack and start recognizing what you carry. You stop waiting for someone else to validate your purpose and start living from the identity heaven already affirmed. This is what it means to walk in royal identity, not to rule over people, but to rule over fear, not to dominate others, but to dominate doubt, not to seek applause, but to seek alignment. Your authority is not loud, it is rooted, not in ego, in eternity. So, chosen one, hear this final truth. You are not stepping into a new chapter. You are stepping into a new identity. You are not entering a new season. You are entering a new dimension. You are not hoping for breakthrough. you are becoming breakthrough. Because the divine shift is no longer external, it is internal, no longer something you await, something you embody. And as this realization settles, you will feel something powerful rise within you. Gratitude, not for the pain, but for the purpose it produced. Not for the losses, but for the clarity they birthed. Not for the silence, but for the discernment it sharpened. Gratitude turns suffering into strategy. Gratitude turns waiting into wisdom. Gratitude turns identity into legacy. And so the transfer completes. Your mindset is renewed. Your identity is awakened. Your purpose is clarified. Your inheritance is unlocked. You are no longer defined by what you walked through. You are defined by what you walked into. Chosen one. Heaven is not just revealing your royal identity. Heaven is recognizing it. Heaven is confirming it. Heaven is calling it forth. You are ready. You are aligned. You are anointed. You are stepping forward, not as who you were, but as who you were always meant to be. This is your awakening. This is your inheritance. This is your moment. You are the one heaven has chosen. Chosen one. As we bring this sacred moment to a close, hear this with the fullness of your spirit. You are not leaving this video the same way you entered it. Heaven has spoken. Identity has been revealed. And the supernatural transfer that has been forming in silence is now in motion. You are standing in your Kairos moment, your divinely appointed time. The separation, the refining, the waiting, none of it was wasted. Every tear watered the ground beneath your feet. Every delay stretched your capacity. And now, the Most High is positioning you not just to receive blessing, but to carry it with wisdom, humility, and authority. Anointed one, may courage rise within you. May discernment sharpen. May peace settle. May provision align. May favor follow. Walk forward knowing you are not stepping into uncertainty, but into inheritance. Not into coincidence, but into calling. The season ahead is not random, it is written. Heaven is not preparing to move. Heaven is already moving. So remain faithful, stay aligned, guard your peace, and look ahead with gratitude, for what is coming carries weight, royal weight. If this message resonated in your spirit, let it echo. Share your testimony in the comments. And if you feel led, subscribe, not out of routine, but to remain connected to the revelations heaven is unfolding for this generation of chosen ones. Until we meet again, walk with confidence, walk with reverence, walk with identity. You are seen, you are called, you are chosen.